What's good, TMG fam? It's your boy L, and I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. Now listen, man, a show. Every time I think about it, man, I kid you not, bro. I laughed through this. I laughed, and I can't say I laughed through the entire series, but a lot of it was funny, hilarious. Some of it was like, what, like I didn't even know like this world like truly really existed like this, man. It was eye-opening, it was funny, it was like captivating. It kept you on the edge of your seats the entire time. If you don't know what I'm talking about Tiger King, bro. The Netflix special that's going around, everybody talking about Tiger King. If you hadn't seen it, go watch it. I promise you, man, you won't be disappointed at all, right? So we're gonna get into two videos, man, that get into it and talk about it. Basically, the first video is what happened to the cast of Tiger King after Netflix, and then Netflix's Tiger King pitch meeting. Yes, I would have wanted to be on the pitch meeting for this show, because who knew this was gonna take the world by storm like this? Like, Joe Exotic is a household name right now. I'm serious. But let's get into the video, man.
So the whole world's wondering, would you actually grind your husband up? I'm gonna show you some stuff that will put that right in your head.
Netflix's new docu-series Tiger King is just the kind of crazy distraction that the world needs right now. But now...
that is the perfect way to put it. That is the perfect way to put it, because that's where I heard about it. You'd be scrolling through either Facebook or Instagram, mostly Facebook, and people be like, yo, what's some good shows to watch on either Netflix, or what's some good shows to watch on Hulu, or whatever your streaming service is. And a lot of names I saw was Tiger King. I was even hearing about it on some podcasts I listened to. So I went and watched it, and like I said, bro, it will take your mind off of this quarantine, I guarantee you.
Now that we've gotten invested in Joe Exotic and the other colorful personalities involved in the show, what's next? The big cat drama is far from over. From the upcoming legal battle to what John Finley...
Okay, so they're not giving an intro. So for those of you who hadn't seen it, it basically goes in depth and talk about these guys who like raise and like buy and sell and do different things with these cats, like tigers, different animals, man. They're out there trying to build zoos. They're out there trying to do different things. And it's this lady, Carol Baskin, which a lot of people seem to hate. Her life goal is to stop this from happening. You know what I'm saying? She feels as though these animals should be in the wild, not in a cage. But the twist of it all is when she rescues them from them, she does exactly that and put them in a cage. And I think, if I can remember, she said they're there until they die, pretty much. So it's crazy, the turn of events. Joe hates her. Joe is one of the guys she's after. He hates her. She hates him. You know what I mean? Then it's this whole plot that he try to kill her. You know what I mean? It's just insane. They talk about her husband, her late husband. Did she kill him? You know what I mean? Did she toss him in a tiger cage and kill? Like, it's crazy. It's so many different stories within stories within stories, man. You wouldn't believe this stuff was real, but it was real and it took place.
Did about his teeth, we've got all the where are they now details about the cast of Tiger King. Carol Baskin wasn't too thrilled when she heard about Tiger King on Netflix. The owner of Big Cat Rescue actually posted a 3,000-word essay titled Refuting Netflix's Tiger King on her website. In the post, Baskin claims that the documentary crew was supposed to be making the Big Cat version of Blackfish. Baskin hoped that the Big Cat documentary would have the same impact as the SeaWorld documentary and shed some light on the awful life the cats lead in roadside zoos. Baskin's husband also posted a video message on the Big Cat Rescue's verified Facebook page where he explains how the couple became involved with the documentary, echoing most of the same statements Baskin made in her essay. Other than expressing their
she knows she's hated, bro. I am not, like, I've seen so many things, like, this definitely didn't put her in a good light at all. At all. Like, people have so many different speculations as to whether or not she killed her husband, just how she responded after the whole thing, how he went missing and they still have yet to find him, and how she was at it with the family, and how she did with the finances after he was gone. Like, it makes it look so suspicious.
Concerned about how they were portrayed in the doc, Baskin and her husband still run the Big Cat Rescue in Tampa, Florida. They upload images to their official Facebook account and videos to their YouTube channel often for all of the cool cats and kittens out there. As for Carol's ex-husband, Don, fans have been pretty vocal about thinking that Carol really did feed him to the tigers. But what does Carol have to say? Well, in her essay, she says that Tiger King has a segment devoted to suggesting, with lies and innuendos from people who are not credible, that I had a role in the disappearance of my husband Don in 1997. But we can definitely expect to hear more about Baskin and her late husband's disappearance in the future. Hillsborough County Sheriff Chad Chronister posted on Twitter asking anyone to come forward with more information on the case, hoping that interest in Tiger King could reignite the investigation.
I still think that she deserves to sit in jail for killing her husband.
As for Carol, the next time
And Joe's currently in jail right now. You know what I mean?
we see
And he wanted to be famous, and that's crazy. This comes out, he becomes famous, but he's famous in jail right now. It's insane.
her on a TV show will likely be in the scripted Tiger King series that's in development for Netflix. Kate McKinnon is rumored to be taking on the role of the Big Cat Lady. The founder of the Institute for Greatly Endangered and Rare Species, or Tiger for short, was also pretty unhappy with how he was portrayed in the docu-series. Doc Antle took it upon himself to release a now deleted statement on his Instagram account regarding the TV show. The post read, "We are very disappointed that our facility was mentioned in the new Netflix series. We can only assume it's because Doc Antle has been such a high-profile wildlife personality for so many decades that his association would create more buzz. But Doc's definitely not letting the documentary break."
Look at that cat, bro. But Joe was speaking about him from jail as well. Joe was like, you know, he gets rid of the cats too. I forgot the method that he said that eventually how he puts the cats down. I forgot the method that he said, but Joe was letting them know about him too.
Bring him down. His Instagram account has been as big as ever, and he's posted lots of photos of his animals, including people swimming with big cats and even this photo of a chimp giving a guy a medical exam. Yeah, it sure seems like things are just business as usual for Doc Antle. If you have questions about how Joe's husband John Finley is doing after...
Now, Joe is gay, all right? Joe Exotic, the guy we talked about in the beginning. Now, this is for the people who don't know. A lot of us have already seen it, but trying to keep you guys who haven't seen it, bring you up to speed. This was his husband, right? He married him and another guy at the same time, right? But this was his husband. But this guy goes on to have an affair with the secretary or something like that, whoever she was. She worked there at the site, at the zoo or whatever, and goes off. He gets her pregnant and goes off and marries her or whatever. And then the other, I'll wait till they see if they show the other guy. But like I said, man, you could tell this story is insane.
After the doc, he's started his Facebook page titled The Truth About John Finley just to answer them. He runs the page along with his wife, Stormy Sanders, and uses it to post updates and announce appearances. And Finley has been getting a lot of attention and doing a lot of appearances. He spoke with TMZ, did an interview on David Spade's YouTube show, and appeared on different radio stations. Opportunities he used to talk about his most exciting news, his brand new set of teeth. What upset Finley the most about the documentary was that it didn't show his brand new set of chompers, which he got back in July 2019. Finley claims that they had plenty of footage with him with his new teeth, but decided not to air any of it, likely to sensationalize the story and make him into a more colorful character. But Finley's not letting the finer details get him down. He still loves cats, works as a welder, and says he's doing great now with his wife and all his newfound attention. The man who was counting on a reality show about Joe Exotic ended up being a part of a major docuseries instead. But he is definitely not raking in the fame and fortune.
I'm just tired. Very tired.
Rick Kirkham doesn't seem upset about how the documentary portrayed him, but he's definitely downgraded his lifestyle a bit now that his reality show tanked.
It made him look like he kind of sabotaged the whole thing and burnt down like Joe's building, his studio, where he was doing his recordings and stuff. It made it look like him because they showed him on the, like right before it burned down, they showed him on the camera, like walking past it. It was, it's crazy.
He's currently living a pretty low-key life. A Facebook page reportedly belonging to the producer shows him chilling around the world with his wife, Kristen Kirkham. According to an unverified Instagram account that seems to be the real Kirkham, he was last seen visiting Norway. And to be honest, he's probably still mourning the loss of all of his priceless documentary footage.
And that's what I was like, would he do that to himself? Because he ultimately messed himself up. If y'all making it look like he might have burned it down, it was all of his stuff and records and film and all of his drives with hard drives with all of this content on it. He literally messed himself up. So that's what made me think, like, did he really do that?
Jeff Lowe and Lauren Lowe are still running Joe's old park, the GW Zoo, which they've renamed the Greater Wynnewood Exotic Animal Park. Pictures of the couple, their guests, and the animals can frequently be seen on the facility's Facebook page. Jeff Lowe is one of the people happiest with how the docuseries turned out. A statement released on the Facebook page by Lowe reads, "I will always believe that our biggest contribution to the animal kingdom was helping the feds take down monsters like Joe Exotic. To continue their plans for rehabilitating..."
Oh, that pizza. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We got to be careful, man, what we be eating. We don't know what we be eating when we go to places. We found out that like when this guy here came to Joe, this was Joe's business partner. He came to Joe, told Joe he'll help him because Joe had gotten in a lot of debt, a lot of trouble because he was going after Carol Baskin. So a lot of his money got tied up in legalities and different things, and his whole pursuit after her, it pretty much caused him to almost go broke. Well, this guy stepped in, helped him out, gave him money, you know what I mean? And one of the things they created was a restaurant. Do you know they used the meat that they would feed to the cats that comes in from the stores, the old expired meat and all that meat that you see sometimes red labeled and it's expired and it's out of date and they can't sell it. So a lot of the stores, throw it away. Well, they were getting it in to give to the cats. These foods took that meat and was making pizza and giving it to people. Man, when I saw that, I almost threw up everything I ate that day, bro. I was like, are you kidding me? Think of all the people that ate that and didn't know.
In the state of zoos, the Lowe's have expressed their plan to open another one in Oklahoma later this year. The couple also shared a photo to the zoo's Instagram account to answer people's most burning question, is Hot Nanny still around? The answer is yes, with the Hot Nanny appearing alongside Jeff, Lauren, and the big cat in the image. But even the hottest nanny in the world can't distract fans from questioning the zoo's practices. The exotic park currently has a 3-star rating on Yelp, with a lot of comments on the lackluster cleanliness and small cages for the animals. Kelsey Safsafari was the zookeeper at GW Zoo.
Kelsey. Yo, shout outs to Kelsey, because she's a straight up trooper, bro. What happened to her was, like, her arm got literally taken off by one of the cats, bro. I don't know what happened. I think her arm was in there and the cat, I forgot. I can't remember how it happened. But when it happened, like, Joe had to literally go out and let the public know, shut the zoo down and everything. And she was so much of a rider for Joe that she knew that her injury could possibly tarnish the name of his zoo. She came back to the zoo and started back working in like maybe a week or so. It was a short period of time, whatever it was, but she came right back like a soldier and was like, nah, I'm not gonna let this zoo go down because of me. I'm back and I'm working. Let's go. I was like, yo, that's crazy. That's loyalty though. She was loyal to Joe.
Who lost part of his arm when he stuck his hand in a
Oh, that's a dude? I thought that was a girl. I could be wrong. I thought it was a girl.
Was the zookeeper at GW Zoo who lost part of his arm when he stuck his hand in a tiger cage to close the door. Saf was adamant that the accident was entirely his fault, not the cat's.
This was just another day for me to overcome.
In an appearance on David Spade's late night show Lights Out, Saf offered an update on the tiger that took his arm, saying, "It's not the tiger's fault on my end. You don't have to put it down. It wasn't put down. We just moved it off of the park. The tiger is now sitting pretty in an area of the park that's inaccessible to guests. Saf blames his lapse of judgment on getting distracted by doing the same routine day after day, but the accident hasn't scared Saf away from dangerous animals. On the contrary, he still worked at GW Zoo until 2018, but decided to leave because Joe was his main reason for working there. But Saf promises he still loves his tigers, even if he's had to move on. And for those wondering, Saf did confirm that Joe was wearing a paramedic coat during the tiger mauling incident, and he even claims Joe told him he used to be a paramedic. We wish we had some footage from those days. Joshua Dial was Joe's campaign manager when the Oklahoma zookeeper ran for president in 2016 and then got...
Oh yeah, you heard right. Joe ran for president. That's why I say, bro, I can't make this up.
Governor in 2017. Dial was also the one who witnessed Joe's husband, Travis Maldonado.
That was the other husband. Like I said, he married the other guy and this guy right here at the same time, right? And this dude right here, he was just like, he was going through it, like mentally. He was really going through it, man. And his vice, he was in like drugs. He claimed that, and a lot of people claim that that's how Joe kept him around, and that's what Joe would do, just like give him whatever he wanted, but he would keep him locked away or just keep him sheltered, wouldn't let him do nothing or go nowhere, just give him his vices, and that's what kept him around. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy, but this dude walked into the dude's office and shot himself in front of the dude. It's like, yo, this thing took several turns.
Accidentally take his own life. In an interview with Oxygen.com, Dial said that he's been working on getting past the incident. I have tried to move on, and I have been successful so far. I was given a new life and second chance when I met my fiance. I have no desire to bring any of that pain into my life. Dial still lives in Oklahoma, but no longer runs political campaigns. Dial said of the incident, "What I didn't know was how much it would take out of me. But despite the bad times he had while working with Joe Exotic, he still believes the 22-year prison sentence was excessive and that Joe was likely set up by someone." Dial also hasn't watched Tiger King and doesn't plan to anytime soon.
And that's probably the last time I will ever see Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic's fourth husband, Dylan Passage, only appeared in the last couple of episodes of the documentary, but he is still in contact with his incarcerated husband. Passage has an active Instagram account, which features the last post he was ever tagged in by Joe from 2018. But there are actually 0 pictures of the Tiger King on Dylan's Instagram, even though the couple claims that they're still married. Dylan does post a lot of animal pictures and images of him having fun with friends and enjoying the sunshine. There's even a video of him riding an elephant with Doc Antle, who Dylan also follows. Mario Dubrawi, the owner of the Zoological Wildlife Foundation of Miami, is pretty active on social media. He has both a company account and a personal account on Instagram, and he's often sharing
Wasn't that? I think that was the dude right there who was running and well, earlier years when he was younger was running drugs, and he was running drugs through animals. It was crazy. It was like he sold up the animals, put the drug in the animals, sold up the animals. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Animal-related updates. His company actually has more than 1 million followers. Despite his relaxed lifestyle, legal troubles for Dubrawi aren't completely over. Though he was released from prison back in 2001 after being convicted of racketeering, he's been going after the law lately to try and strip back regulations on exotic animal parks. If you want to know more about Dubrawi's star chimpanzee Limbani, then you can check out the zoo's page for updates on the famous ape. Or you can go to Limbani's personal Instagram account, where the chimp has over 600,000 followers and seems to be living the good life. So what about the star of the series, the Tiger King himself, Joe Exotic? Well, we already know that Joseph Maldonado Passage is currently serving his 22-year sentence in prison for allegedly planning a hit against his competition, Carole Baskin. But that might not be the end of things for Joe Exotic. The former zookeeper has a lot of people interested in his case thanks to Netflix. Rapper Cardi B even said in a tweet that she'd like to start a GoFundMe to help Joe get out of prison. But of course, Joe isn't waiting around to be saved. The legal battle isn't over yet, as Joe has reportedly filed a $94 million lawsuit seeking civil damages from various government agencies. He's even requested a presidential pardon. While Joe isn't up to a whole lot in prison, his personal Instagram account is inactive but public, so we can all check out his many eccentric posts that ended just before he was locked up. The account even contains private messages from Jeff Lowe and details about Joe's political campaigns. And of course, it features a lot of animal photos taken at the GW Zoo. While the account only had 1,000 followers before the docu-series aired, Joe's now got himself more than 150,000 and climbing. We'll have to wait and see if Joe will get off on the charges, but if he does, he'll be coming back to a horde of fans eagerly awaiting the zookeeper, country singer, politician's next move.
And that's crazy too, because he actually was a good singer too. I was surprised when he started singing. I was like, yo, this thing has everything in it. But let's see how they pitch this to Netflix. I'm interested.
So, you have a show for me? Yes, sir, I do. It's called Tiger King. Oh, changing the cat species so Disney can't sue us. That's smart. Hey, maybe Pumbaa could be a teacup pig. No, it's actually not a Lion King ripoff. Oh, okay. So is this about that Tekken character? Because I'm pretty sure that's a jaguar mask. No, this is actually a documentary series about a guy that owns a bunch of tigers. Yeah, I don't know about that. Documentaries are kind of boring. Sometimes they try to teach you things. Well, this one has big cats, murder, drug kingpins, hitmen, a presidential campaign, accidental death, tigers eating people, cults, guns, explosions, and garbage meat. All right, I'm listening. Great, so this show follows a guy
I'm telling you, man, it had a lot.
called Joe Exotic, right? Oh, and what's he like? He's like if Michael Keaton entered the witness protection program and did a bunch of hard drugs along the way. Oh my god. Yeah, and he has just a bunch of tigers and exotic animals. Very cool. And he exploits them for money and breeds them and rips the babies away from their mothers at birth. Oh, I would just love to retract the very cool I just threw out there. I'll allow it, sir. So this guy runs a zoo with a bunch of employees and several husbands. How does he attract multiple husbands? Oh, meth. Oh, yeah, they like meth. He gives them meth. Well,
I told you, drugs, he would give them whatever they wanted in drugs.
well, okay then, geez, and what about the employees? Does he treat the employees well? Well, pretty well, I guess. He lets them grab whatever expired meat they want from garbage bins he gets from...
I forgot about that. The employees that he would hire, that Joe would hire around the camp, around the zoo, right, would be like people he would go around and find, like maybe somebody who may be on hard times, could be homeless, need a job, could be fresh out of the pen, have nowhere else to go. He would kind of prey on these people and hire these people that way. You know, he knew they needed, they really didn't have nowhere else to go, so he could give them a place to stay and pretty much let them work and pretty much pay them. I think he was paying them $100 maybe a week, might have been, if that. It was whatever it wasn't much at all. And the food they would eat, that expired truck of meat that we talked about, they would go through this type of stuff before it was given to the cats and pull out stuff for themselves. Like, it was insane.
Walmart. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, no, that's pretty nice, I guess. He also serves that expired meat to the tigers and to guests who order pizza. Oh, secret garbage pizza. Also, one of the employees gets their arm bitten off by a tiger. Oh wow, so I imagine we spent a lot of time on that, huh? A couple of episodes? Not just a couple of minutes. It's barely worth mentioning, to be honest, in comparison to all the other stuff in here. It's not. So Joe also sells tigers for like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a pop. Oh, surprisingly affordable tigers are tight. Nope, they're not actually. Not an okay thing to buy. Oh, okay, whoops. Whoopsie. And Joe Exotic also has several albums and music videos. Oh, he's a singer. Not really, no. Oh, the songs don't sound good. No, his voice sounds like this when he's talking, and these songs actually have like a deep, low, soothing voice. They were actually recorded by these guys Vince Johnson and Danny Clinton. And so what are the songs about? Mostly tigers. That makes sense. But one of them is actually a diss track about his nemesis. Oh, he has a nemesis. Who's his nemesis? Carol Baskin. She's mad at Joe for keeping tigers in cages and making money off of it. And what does she do? She keeps tigers...
Just hearing this again is funny as, like, bro, because you just still can't believe all of this stuff is going on.
Tigers in cages and makes money off of it. Oh, she does? Yeah, but she also really pushes for him to stop breeding them and letting people pet the cubs. So I guess she's supposed to be the one we're rooting for in all this, right? Well, she probably fed her husband to some tigers, so I don't know about that. Oh. What? Yeah, he was a multi-millionaire and she changed his will right before he disappeared to include the word disappearance. Oh, very suspicious. She also says in an interview that if you want a tiger to eat someone, you should cover them in sardine oil.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what when I heard that? She's like, yeah, he should have probably covered them in, if that's what it, I was like, did she just say that with everything that's surrounding her and her late husband that disappeared? She said that. She really said that.
Oh, very, very, very suspicious. Yeah, so she probably did that. Anyway, her and Joe get into this big legal battle, and she pretty much takes everything from him. Well, it's gonna be tough for Joe Exotic to stay in business after that. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, see, this guy Jeff Lowe swoops in to help Joe out financially. Oh, okay, and what's Jeff's deal? No, it's Jeff Lowe. You gotta say his full name every time. Why? I don't know, but that's what everybody does. Okay, so what's Jeff Lowe's deal? Well, he kinda looks like if instead of developing a passion for filmmaking, James Cameron developed a passion for dressing up like a bully from a 90s teen movie. Okay, and what does he do? Well, he's pretty much a con artist pretending to be richer than he actually is, and he carries around baby tigers in bags to try to
In a suitcase up to hotel rooms. In a suitcase.
lure women into his hotel rooms in Vegas. Okay, so this guy also sounds awful, and I'm very unclear on who I'm supposed to be rooting for. Oh, I don't recommend doing that. Rooting for someone? Yeah, not a good idea. One of the most relatable guys is a former drug lord who may or may not have been the inspiration for the movie Scarface. Oh my god. Yeah, this show is so crazy that this guy tells the story about how he was present while one of his guys cut up a federal agent, and you're like, well, at least this guy's honest. Wow. Anyway, so Jeff Lowe really starts to turn on Joe Exotic during the presidential campaign. His what? Oh yeah, Joe Exotic runs for president. His campaign manager is the guy who sold him ammo at Walmart. Okay, I thought you said this was a documentary, but a whole lot of this is clearly made up. No,
The dude that sold him ammo at Walmart, I forgot that little bit of detail right there, was his campaign manager. He not lying.
it's not made up. It just takes place in rural Oklahoma and Florida. Oh, okay, I didn't realize that. That explains it. Yeah. Wow, well, I guess that pretty much covers it, huh? Actually, I feel like I've covered only 5% of it. I didn't even touch upon the guy who looks like if Tim Robbins started a cult. Okay, well, how does the whole thing end? Well, eventually Joe hires Jeff Lowe's right-hand man to go murder Carol Baskin, and then Joe goes to jail. What? Did the guy do it? Nope, but he took the money for it. And he doesn't go to jail? No. Are all the tigers...
Which was crazy. He was the hired hitman, but he didn't go to jail at all. I was like, huh?
is okay? I don't know, probably not. Do you think it's a little weird that we're gonna profit off of people profiting off of animal abuse? No, I think because we're like an extra step removed from the animal abuse, we're actually okay and our profit's cool. Oh, okay, great. Yeah, because I gotta be honest, I feel like pretty much all the people you mentioned should probably be in jail. Well, a lot of these people have been in jail or, you know, will go to jail. I mean, it sounds like Carol Baskin's doing just fine, you know? Yeah, that's a good point. They have pretty much closed that case. I don't really see them looking into that any further.
Yo, I'm telling you, fam, if y'all haven't seen it, this is not a paid ad. Go check it out. There's so much in it. Like, just go check it out. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Go check it out. Report back to us. Let us know what you think. Anybody who's already seen it, I'm interested to know how y'all felt about it. Leave your comments in the comment section below, man. It's your boy L. Stick around and stay tuned to the next reaction. I'm out. Peace. Y'all stay solid. Hey.